Great. Well, hello, museum families, and welcome to a very special RBCM at Home Kids, a play date through screens across British Columbia and the world. The previous sessions are recorded, and you can find them on our Royal BC Museum YouTube page. My name is Chris O'Connor, and I'm a learning program developer at the Royal BC Museum. The museum and my home is on the territory of the Lekwungen-speaking people, the Songhees and Esquimalt nations here in Victoria on Vancouver Island. I'm an uninvited guest on this territory and grateful to live, learn, and raise a family on this land. And actually, speaking of raising a family, my kid was in grade 2 up in the Cowichan Valley. So in the school district of Discovery Elementary. So when I think of grade 2, I think of that territory. So today, June is Orcas Awareness Month. Yesterday was World Oceans Day, and this week is Oceans Week Victoria. So what we love about oceans and how we intend to protect oceans is front and center. And today we are so lucky to have a grade 2 class from Discovery Elementary School in Shawnigan Lake here to show us about a project that they've been working on, one to inspire us to make the world, including oceans, a cleaner place. So welcome, Ms. Tan, and welcome, class.
Thank you
glad
so
you're here.
much. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
We are delighted to be coming to you today from the traditional territories of the Halkominam speaking peoples and Coast Salish language family, and specifically acknowledging the territory of the Malahat Nation. And we have done some really amazing learning this year. One of the things that really inspired us was the work that was being done at the Royal BC Museum about orcas. And so we were so excited to do all of the different learning activities that you guys put together in our on the website. And we did so many different things. We did the orca food chain, drawing activity, and all kinds of different things. And we have something very special to share with you today. I've got some students who are really keen to talk to you about how we started this project and why we started this project.
Before you begin, Ms. Tan, can you tell us a little bit about your community and your class and your school? Just because there are families that are joining from all over British Columbia. So what is your community like, and what is your school, and what is your class like?
So we are a class of grade 2 students here at Discovery Elementary in Shawnigan Lake. And our school is quite rural. We are really focused on learning about watersheds in our community because there's a lot of watershed issues with our water supply here. And so we are very passionate about learning about how to protect our clean drinking water, and also the way that our watershed interacts with the Salish Sea. And so because we're so focused on that type of learning, we're really proud to be able to share this project that we've been working on since January, actually. It really encapsulates the spirit of our community. We're a community that really prides ourselves on taking action to solve problems that are complex. And we have a motto that helps us get this work done. And we say, teamwork makes the dream work. And our dream is a future without plastics in the ocean.
I love that motto. That's lovely. So this project is amazing behind you. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so I'm going to go over to some students to do some talking here because I've already talked enough, and these kids really know what they're talking about. So Mia, do you think you could come forward? Mia's way in the back. She's going to come up to the front. Come up to the front here, Mia. So this is Mia. And Mia, could you tell our audience what inspired us to get started on this project?
Well, one day we were like being ring team for a week, but when we went there to be green team, we found like a lot of garbage, and people didn't care that plastic and garbage was on the ground.
So you noticed that there was a lot of garbage around the school. Had you noticed that before, or once you thought about it, then you even noticed it even more?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was kind of an ongoing thing. And then when it was our turn to actually pick up the trash, we were shocked by how much garbage we actually picked up. And one of the things that we realized is that it was mostly plastic. And then we started learning more and more about plastic. And I'm going to ask another student if they can share some of our learning about plastics. And yeah, it's really surprised us. So I'm going to call on Jackson. Are you comfortable to share? So Jackson, can you tell us about the plastic problem? Come on up, Jackson. So Jackson, what percentage of plastics gets recycled?
Only 9% of plastic really pretty much gets recycled.
And so what happens to the plastic after that?
It gets in the environment, and it also goes into the ocean. It's very bad for the environment, and it gets into smaller pieces, and then it gets a bigger problem.
Yeah.
Jackson.
Yeah, so if only 9% is recycled, then that means a lot of it is not recycled. So yeah, thank you for sharing that, Jackson.
Mm-hmm. And so then we started to kind of get into the questions of what can we do about this plastic problem? And so I'm going to ask Nico to come on up. He's going to bring up an example of a plastic. So this is Nico.
Hi,
Nico's
Nico.
going to hold up his plastic example here. And I'm going to ask you, Nico, what can we do about plastic packaging to solve this single-use plastic problem?
You can redesign it using food, waste like sugar cane and shrimp shells.
So we learned about bioplastics, and so Nico is saying that we can redesign something like this. This is a single-use plastic, and we can redesign it using bioplastic that's made out of plant-based materials like corn, banana leaves, or sugar cane, as he said. And you can also use shrimp shells, we learned, to make a type of bioplastic.
Huh. And Nico, did you find that on the school grounds? Is that something that you found? That plastic there?
That was found. Where was that found? It was found in my recycling bin.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you, Nico.
Great.
So far we found that there was a lot of trash around the schoolyard. A lot of that was plastic. Doing a little bit of research, you found that a lot of plastic does not get recycled. And then thinking creatively, thinking about different ways that even it could be designed differently, would be really helpful and make it better.
Totally. And we went even deeper than that. So we started really analyzing a lot about plastics that we started looking at our lunches, and we realized that a lot of the packaging in our lunches were made of single-use plastics. And I'm wondering if somebody from my class can tell us what single-use plastics are and why they're a problem. Let's go with Hallie. Hallie, come on up.
Hey, Hallie.
I have some single-use plastics in my lunch that could be redesigned. This could be made out of seaweed instead of using single-use plastic.
Could Hallie come a little closer?
Oh yeah, Hallie, could you come a little closer?
Just so we can hear.
Yeah, so if you missed that part, she said that this could be designed out of seaweed. So you may have seen those water blobs that people have come up with, so that we don't have to have plastic for water bottles. So she's thinking that maybe we could use seaweed to make like applesauce blobs or any kind of blobs for snack.
Yeah.
And then we've got another thing from her lunch.
This, you don't even have to use all the plastic. You could just use this and have a logo sticker on it.
So this is a baby bell cheese. Can you see your plastic? So we learned about, we learned about how packaging, our products are over packaged with plastic. There's a lot of really unnecessary plastics that would be super easy to just eliminate like that. So Hallie said that instead of wrapping the cheese in a plastic wrapper that just gets thrown away right away, instead we could do what?
We could have a sticker on the cheese wrapper so we don't have to have all the plastic.
Ah, that's a great idea. And that, I know with that packaging, that wax is really fun to like make little things with. Like you can create little things with the wax of the cheese of that. So yeah, you're saying if the packaging is just right on the wax?
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
The other thing that Hallie came up with as a solution is instead of using single-use Ziploc bags, you could actually make your own reusable snack bags.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yes, and those are lovely, those two.
Yeah, Hallie's mom is a really amazing sewer, and so she always impresses us every day with the amount of reusable snack bags that she can pack her snacks in.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing.
Thanks, Hallie. There you go. And we also prepared a video about our project that kind of tells a little bit about the story of how we started working on the mural with Coast Salish artist, and the way that it really combines our passion for studying about orcas with our passion for taking action on the environment, and specifically learning about plastics. So maybe we can take a moment and take a look at that video.
That's a great idea. I will pull it up right now.
Awesome.
The Plastic Free Salish Sea Bottle Cap Mural Project.
We picked up garbage on our school grounds, and there was a lot, especially plastic. We started learning about plastic pollution. And did you know that only 9% of plastic is recycled? These plastics are single-use plastics. These are only some of the examples. That means that they're only used one time and then they're thrown away. That means 91% of all plastic go to landfills and pollute the environment. Plastic breaks into small pieces called microplastic. Bottle caps are single-use plastics. That means they are only used once and thrown away. Marine animals can be tangled in plastic. Belugas and other whales can swallow plastic in the ocean.
This mural has been many months in the making. Our class was inspired to take action on the plastic pollution problem we noticed in our own schoolyard. We became involved in the Canadian Geographic Energy Diet Challenge and decided to create an upcycled eco-art piece to raise awareness about the issue of single-use plastics, especially in the ocean. We began working with Salish artist Krista Bouchard to design the orcas in the mural. We wanted to combine our orca study from the Royal BC Museum Orcas Our Shared Future exhibit with our plastic study. Et voila! The Plastic Free Salish Sea Bottle Cap Mural Project was born.
Let's be the last plastic generation.
Thank you for watching. We hope that our project inspires you to take action in your own way to solve the plastic pollution problem.
So that was tells a little bit of the story of how we came together to make this collaborative art piece. And so in the process, we we really got to go deep with our learning here, and we really extended ourselves to think creatively. And I've got Sadie here. This is Sadie.
Hi, Sadie.
And Sadie wants to challenge some kids who might be watching today to maybe use some of their creativity like she's done. So Sadie, would you tell everybody what you made from your recycling?
This is a poppet, and the cardboard is made out of a Tim Hortons donut box.
Ah,
And it's a little avocado poppet with only one thing.
nice.
So
And
Chris,
this one is just a square, and the cardboard from this is made from a drone box.
Ah,
yeah. So Chris, I'm not sure if your kids have those poppet fidgets that are so popular right now, or big.
no, I didn't know about them.
Yeah. So it's like a.
Yeah.
Dawson, do you have a poppet that you could show us? Yeah, Dawson's gonna come show us a poppet. Okay. So this is a poppet. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
like reusable bubble wrap kind of thing, just to kind of
Right.
keep your hands busy
Yeah.
while you're listening intently to your teacher.
Right.
So Sadie had this idea that she's like, I don't need to make that out of plastic. I can make it out of something that's biodegradable.
And I love the avocado pit being the
The poppet part. Yeah, we are super motivated to do everything innovative with creativity, and to really reduce the amount of plastics that we use, even in our toys, and all kinds of different things that we do here at school. We try to reduce our plastics.
Yeah, I love those. Those are so great.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah. So you can have a seat. And did you have any more specific questions?
Well, and then the big project is the mural behind you.
Yeah, that's right.
So I'm so curious, as a class, how did you in the video I talked a little bit about some of the design ideas, but as a class, how did you work on that together and decide how the whole image was going to look?
Let's see. So Isaac, do you think you can handle that question? So how did we as a class work together to come up with this design and to make it? Come on up. So this is Isaac.
Hi, Isaac.
Hi. So we were outside and we were looking at stuff to pick up plastic, and then we were shocked how much plastic we saw. So we made this mural by making plastic.
Yeah, so we wanted to upcycle plastic into something new and amazing. So Isaac, how did we come up with how did we make it? Like, what did we do? Tell Chris about the steps that we did.
Well, first we painted it, and then we drilled in the bottle cap, and then.
Oh, nice. And I love all the swirls of it too. It makes me think of like ocean waves, all the different colors and swirls around the orcas.
So you got to say it again.
The blue's the ocean, and then the like purple and blue and yellow and orange is the sun.
Yeah,
oh,
so
nice.
You
nice.
totally captured it exactly right, Chris. You really wanted to show the movement of the ocean.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what the swirls represented. And we learned about the giant Pacific garbage patch and the way that ocean currents kind of create these big garbage patches in the middle, and the water moves all the way around, but we still have these big patches that stay there in the middle of the ocean. And then also we were inspired by the storyteller Roy Henry Vickers. He is the Peace Dancer. I don't know if you probably know that book. Yeah,
sure.
You sell it at the gift shop. I've seen it there.
Sure. We have a few of his books there.
Yeah, and the way that he uses bands of color, specifically on the cover of Peace Dancer, really inspired us with the sky. And then with the orcas, Isaac, could you kind of talk about the position of the orcas and what they represent?
The orcas, their position is, if you see, it's actually the recycling sign.
Oh, right. Now that you say that, I totally see that.
Yeah. So you can see that they're kind of in a formation that shows the reduce, reuse, recycle.
Yeah, the triangle.
Triangle. Yeah.
I
And
was also thinking that the orcas, it looks like they're swimming around the earth and kind of protecting the earth. Like they're helping to protect the earth, just like we're like your class is helping to protect the earth.
yeah, that's right. And actually, to make a connection on that, Chris, this morning we were even talking about the way that whales, how they swim up and down through the deep nutrient-rich waters, and then when they swim upwards, they create this like upwelling in the ocean where they bring nutrients up to the top that then helps with photosynthesis and creating oxygen. And how these whales are actually doing a lot of hard work to help keep our earth a healthy place. And so when you made that comment about how the orcas are swimming all around the earth to kind of like protect as guardians, that's a really awesome observation or connection. And then the other thing that we learned about orcas that really impressed us is that there's populations of orcas all over the world. But we were really impressed that our orcas here in the southern resident killer whale orcas, those are the most special and important ones because there's so few of them.
Yeah. We love our local orcas.
Yes.
So there is a question saying, where did you collect the bottle caps?
Oh, that's a good question. Would anybody like to answer how we got those bottle caps? Dylan, come on up.
And if anyone else, either on Facebook Live or in the Zoom room, have any questions for this amazing class, just put it in the comment section or the chat.
Let's tell them about the types of bottle caps that we brought in. So where did we get the bottle caps from, Dylan?
We got the bottle caps. Some were from Miss Tan's house. She brought bottle caps from her house. We have this little box on the carpet, like a surprise box, and we have to try to guess what's inside. And then Mia guessed the right thing, and then we opened up. It was bottle caps. And then one day we just called us green team outside, and then we, like Isaac said, we were shocked by how much plastic garbage we found.
Right.
So, and then we just.
So Dylan, what type of bottle caps do we have on here? So if you're looking there, it's not just from bottles. There's also other single-use plastics.
Yeah, so like the glue lids.
Glue lids.
There's like applesauce lids.
Applesauce lids. Hallie's got one.
And some ice cream.
Whipped cream lids.
Oh yeah.
Austin B.
Like ice cream, Coca-Cola bottles, Sprite bottles.
Yeah, we even have, there's Parmesan cheese lids, there's peanut butter lids.
There's pea lids.
Ice cream. Yeah,
I brought in a pea lid.
Yeah, that's right. Have a seat, Dylan. Thank you so much. And so we basically started collecting the bottle caps in January when we came up with this idea. So I had been collecting bottle caps for a while because I just felt like, you know what, these are so amazing. As a teacher, I should be able to use these somehow in my teaching. And so I started collecting them. And then when we came up with the idea to do this mural, I brought them in, like Dylan was saying, inside a suitcase, and we had to guess what was inside it. We all had to shake. Mia guessed it correctly. Yes, it sounded like bottle caps. A lot of people thought it sounded like Lego because it was that plastic sound, right? And
the different colors too.
Yeah, and all the different colors. And it's so amazing because a lot of people are like, did you paint the bottle caps to get them that way? Actually, no, they came in this beautiful palette of colors that we could use in our art piece here. And one of the things that we really hope to do is to inspire every school to make a bottle cap mural, because this really is a statement piece that brings a lot of awareness to the issue issue of single-use plastics and how important it is for us to be the last single-use plastic generation. Like, we learned that plastic is very useful. We can never fully get rid of it because of the way that it can be used in so many amazing inventions and stuff like that. But the problem really that we learned is that the single-use plastics, so plastics that get used one time and then thrown away, those are the ones that we really want to stop using. And so for all of those friends who are watching at home, our challenge to you is to think of a way that you can go to your recycling bin, look at the items that are in there, and realize that not all of those, even if they go in the recycling bin, not all of them end up actually being recycled. A lot of them do end up in the environment. And so if you can creatively reimagine, so maybe you guys can hold up your single-use plastics that you have there. So if you can creatively reimagine how these single-use plastics could be redesigned out of a sustainable material that can biodegrade, that is a step that all of us need to take in order to stop using single-use plastics.
Great. That's a great challenge out to everyone out there, both kids and adults that are watching. How can you creatively take what's in your recycling bin and make something interesting? That's maybe even surprising to you as you start to work with it creatively. I would imagine as a class too, is really fun to use the power tool to screw in the bottle caps, and so there are all the different parts of design and then also the making of it that was really fun, but also creates this really important piece.
Totally. Yeah, I think the best part about it is that everybody helped. It wasn't just one person. And in fact, we even got our whole school involved because many classes were collecting bottle caps for us over many months. And almost every kid in the school got a chance to put on one bottle cap. So we really included everybody in the project.
We do have one question from Facebook from John, who says, was there any amount of money raised by collecting and redeeming refundable material?
Oh, that's a really good question, actually. You know what? I appreciate that so much because that isn't something that I actually thought of as part of this project. But if I did it again, I would totally add that into an element of the project. It's taking the bottles that we take the bottle caps off of and then using the deposit to then support a cause or some research about plastics and how we can redesign them to be more sustainable. So that is such a great question. It really has me thinking about how we can even add more to this type of impact project.
Well, thank you so much, Ms. Tan. Thank you to the whole class for all the work that you did. It was so impressive to hear about it and all your great thinking and that this amazing mural that you made together. And one thing I just wanted to say to everyone watching is that we're going to show this mural at the museum on Friday, June 25th and Saturday, June 26th. It's going to be up in the museum. And we're going to show it. So we'd love for you to come by and see it in person. I can't wait to see it in person myself. And I'm really looking forward to being able to share with other people as well.
Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to share this piece so widely. It's amazing that we get to do a pop-up installation at the end of June. We're all so excited to see it as well. And we're so excited we have a bottle cap confetti presentation to close it all off. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Yay!
Nice. And actually, Ms. Tan, we had, if you could sort of make your way through the bottle caps, we have a question or like a suggestion from Karina watching. Is it possible to see the mural up close?
Yeah, so after, I guess,
Or I'm just wondering if you could bring it a little closer.
You want to see it closer? Absolutely. Let's see if we can get it as close as we can. We are plugged in. We're not wireless here. Okay. So I'm just slowly dragging this as far as I can.
That's pretty good.
But as close as I can get it.
Maybe
yeah,
it's
that's about as
moving the
close as I can get it, but you
moving
can
the
kind of get the
chair.
idea. Wow. It is a torrential rainstorm of bottle caps here today. I think this might be time for us to say goodbye.
Nice. All right. Well, thanks everyone.
Thank you so much.
We wish we were there throwing bottle caps too. All right. Bye.